Good afternoon, and we'll get you started in just a moment. Good afternoon, and welcome to today's class. I know we're a bit late, but it's still the holiday of Tu B'Shvat, of the 15th of Shvat. So instead of maybe lunch break with the rabbi, you'll almost have dinner with the rabbi, so it's all wonderful. But we'll be starting today, we'll be discussing the day that we celebrate today. Today is Thursday, January 28th, 2021, the 15th of Shvat. What is the 15th of Shvat? Why is it celebrated, and what does it mean to us? The Talmud, going back Talmudic times, back in the Mishnah, discusses there are different New Years that we as the Jewish people commemorate and celebrate. One of them we know famously, which is Rosh Hashanah, the New Year for all people. And that's the time when God judges every living being, ecosystem as well. But then every particular individual and every particular creation has its own day of when it gets rejuvenated and gets judged in front of God of what will be for the coming year. On Rosh Hashanah, on the Rosh Hashanah for the trees, which is today, the 15th of Shvat, that is when the actual growth and begins the season of things beginning to sprout and to grow. Talmud tells us, and so we believe, that the first thing to begin to grow is the almond tree. That is the fastest growing tree and fruit, and that begins to grow the first and the quickest. But even more so, when we look at the tree, in the book of Deuteronomy, it tells us, Ki ha'adam eitz hasada, that man is compared to a tree. Every single one of us and every single person is compared to a tree. What does it mean it's compared to a tree? Well, there's so many different ways how it's compared to a tree. But let's start simplistic. A tree is made up of three parts: the roots, the body of the tree, and its branches. The roots is what keeps the tree firmly in the ground. The body is what's most seen, is what holds the branches. And then the branches are the ones that spread out, move to the side. They go from side to side, filled with leaves and fruits and so on. And those branches have fruit, which those fruits have seedlings, and those seedlings eventually have more fruit. What's the part which is most disgusted, or maybe not less, or the least recognized, is the roots. Until the roots actually come into your sewer system or whatever it may be, you don't even know that there's roots of a tree until they break your sidewalk. But what does the roots mean? The roots keep the tree firm. The longer the roots, the stronger the roots, the better the body. And then the body holds the branches, and the branches the fruit. The same is true with the human being. The roots, simplistically saying, can be the previous generations. The more we are etched in tradition, the more we are connected with the generations before us, the stronger we will be as a body, and to be able to have those branches grow beautiful and full. The body is what we see, who we are right now consciously, living beings, doing things, and the way we view ourselves. And then as the branches are our children and the generations to come. That's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is that our roots is our foundations, our fundamentals. What is our fundamental in life? What are our foundations in life? What do we believe in? What do we ground ourselves with? What do we make sure that we will never tether from? That's our roots. Our body is who we actually are and live life as. And our branches are our actions that have many ripple effects. The Talmud tells us of a story of once there was a great sage who was crossing the sea, and a tree protected him from the sun, and he was able to survive. And he turned to the tree and he said, Elon, Elon, tree, ba'meh avarecheka, with what should I bless you? And he looked at the tree and he said, I can bless you that your tree, your branches should be able to give shade beautifully and cover those that seek its shade. And that the fruits of your tree should be able to bear more fruits and to be trees like yourself. The best blessing you can give any person is that they should have nachas from their children. That they should have their branches of their tree should bear fruit, and those fruits should bear other fruit, and they should be able to see and enjoy and bask in the shade of the branches. But how does one accomplish this? How does one go about it? And over here, the lesson of the tree is even more clear. The tree gives off shade. It doesn't cost the tree anything. It doesn't hurt the tree. For the tree to have fruits, it doesn't bother the tree as well. The fruits fall off the tree automatically by the time they are ripened. So too, we can help another person. We can do mitzvahs and we lose nothing of ourselves. Just like a candle that gives light, the more light it gives, it doesn't take away from the candle. So too, the tree, and so too the human being. The more mitzvahs we do, the better and stronger we become. And the better we are able to help others without losing anything from ourselves, but actually defining who we are. I'm sorry about that. But defining who we truly are. And then even more so, the fruits that fall off the tree when they are ripe, so too our children, when the time comes, when they are ripe, they go on. When they go on to their own ways and their own life and create their own paths. But what's the biggest blessing? That they continue the path of their fathers and their mothers and the righteous people of generations in past in the ways of Torah and mitzvahs. My dear friends, today on Tu B'Shvat, on the 15th of Shvat, where the Torah teaches us, when we can learn and glean from the lessons of the tree, the greatest blessings I can give you and all of us here today is that we should be like a tree. May our branches be strong and give much shade, and may our fruits give fruit. Sorry about that. Continue to give fruit, and that we should all have lots of nachas from our loved ones. And we too should see the purpose that God has put us here in this world, to be there to give shade, to be there to bear fruit. We are not selfish beings planted in the ground, but we are growing strong and tall to help those around us. And the more shade we give, we lose nothing from it. The more you help another person, not only don't you lose, but the better you become. The more you give, the better you receive and the better you feel. As the Talmud tells us that when one gives charity, it is like the calf that is nursing from the mother cow. That more than the calf is receiving the milk, the cow is feeling better that the calf is nursing. We feel better when we can give somebody else and we can help somebody else. We all feel better when we can be trees with shade and bear fruit. That is the greatest pleasure that we can all have. So let us be like trees. Let us give shade. Let us give fruit. Let us remember, the more we give, the better we'll feel, and we'll lose nothing from it. I want to take this opportunity to wish you a good Shabbos, a healthy Shabbos, a great week ahead, and looking forward to spending some time with you again on Monday at 1 p.m. A reminder, we are starting our JLI class this coming week on Tuesday, so please register for the class at jewishali.com. We look forward to you joining us either in person or online. That's starting Tuesday, Journey of the Soul. Hope to see you there. God bless you. Wishing you the very best. Good Shabbos.